法国有一道菜，别名是装了太阳的汤，你猜到了吗？这道菜就是贵桑桑的马赛鱼汤。但是你们知道马赛鱼汤其实是南法人的家常料理吗？今天这支影片就跟着我一起到南法酒庄，跟庄主学如何用最简单的食材来做马赛鱼汤，怎么搭酒，怎么吃，让你不用飞到马赛，在台湾就能来一桌正宗道地的马赛鱼汤 Bouillabaisse。
Welcome to the kitchen of Provence, and here is Henry. Everybody in Provence and their home, they have their
grandmother's
recipes of bouillabaisse.
Yes, my grandmother was from the area and her husband as well. We're going to make a soup that has everything, that has vegetables, that has fish, that has bread inside. It's a full meal in one dish. The first step is the stock. And the stock that I love is shrimp. Shrimp heads. It can be also fish heads. In this time I'm going to use shrimp. They're wild shrimp. They're not cultivated shrimp.
So if you're going to prepare the bouillabaisse, the first step, if you eat the shrimps, you keep the head and the tail.
Yes, you can freeze the heads and the tail for when you're going to make the soup. Lovely aromas. It's very strong and concentrated.
Okay.
So you take the heads, you put them in the blender. Here, do you want to put this on the table over there? And I'll put a bit of boiling water on it. And I'll put some wine.
And you need to put white wine, or you can put any type of alcohol.
I always put white wine or rosé.
Okay. You know, one of the things is, if you want to make good food, you need to have good wine.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yes. So now I'm going to make a lot of noise, so please excuse me.
Yep.
So.
But if you don't have mixer at home, what do?
You boil it for a long time.
Yeah.
Preferably in a pressure cooker.
Okay.
And then you filter it.
Okay.
Then I'm going to filter it with what we called un chinois.
Un chinois. Okay.
That didn't get filtered.
I can really already smell the
shrimps.
Yeah, 就是很多那种虾膏的味道。
And the wine.
Yeah. It doesn't really go through the chinois.
This takes a long time. You have to be patient here.
So now we have the stock.
Yeah.
So the shrimp has been already cooked, right?
The shrimp has been cooked, and I kept the tails and the heads. The heads
And
is the
how
main
was the
part.
shrimp being cooked? Boiled in water, or you fry in the pan?
You can do either way, as long as you keep them correctly in the freezer so they don't go off afterwards.
所以大家如果在家里，比如说你吃螃蟹、吃虾子或者是龙虾，你吃完之后那个壳啊、精华，你不要把它丢掉。哦，你把它就是拿来做成这样的虾膏汤，家里非常容易就可以做很好吃的马赛鱼汤。
And this process is very good for your health.
Why?
Because when you have problems with your joints, you take seashell extract.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Chondroitine.
And it's very good for your joint.
You hold this for me?
Yes.
I will empty this.
And this, what you do, you throw it away.
No, give it to my old cat, which has arthritis, and it's good for her. And my dog.
Yeah. No waste.
No waste.
他们就是非常的完全的，一点都不浪费。Well, actually, they eat quite well. Your cat.
After, I'm going to put some tomatoes. We're in the south. We're the area of France that has the most quality and variety of vegetables. So we have beautiful tomatoes, easily organic. You can also, in winter, you can use a tin of tomatoes. Do you like coriander?
Yes.
Coriander, a bit of white wine. Dill seed, aneth. And this is fenouil, fennel. And here we go again. The advantage of...
rock.
Until there's no more pieces. Tomatoes. Then you can make gazpacho like this too. Very easy, very quick.
Of course, the feels of summer. So juicy, so good.
And this is just going to go
So fresh.
with the stock.
Oh, I have the taste of fenouil at the end. Delicious.
There we are. So 1 bowl of stock and 1 bowl of tomatoes.
And then we start to cook.
And then we cook.
But why the bouillabaisse in France so expensive?
Because the old recipe meant that you had to cook it for a long time. You didn't have a Vitamix.
Yeah?
You had to cook it for hours. Then you had to sieve it. And then you had to... It was more complicated than with a Vitamix.
So technology helps us that we can enjoy a bouillabaisse not expensively at all at home.
Yes.
马赛鱼汤 bouillabaisse 这个法文字其实源自普罗旺斯语 bouillabaisse， 意思是 quand ça bout du baisse， 汤滚的时候就转小火，是不是非常简单易懂呢？
So, you can put all kinds of fish.
Yes.
Mussels.
Anything you want.
Shrimp. Scallop. So the fish goes in. Let the fish cook first.
Because it needs more time.
Yes. We wait a couple of minutes and then we put these that are very quick.
I can really smell the aromas of the soup. I feel like I'm in Marseille.
马赛鱼汤源自古希腊时期的地中海沿岸，当时的人们会把鱼碎丢到一锅里面煮。你如果现在去南法海鲜摊，都还可以看得到专门煮马赛鱼汤的小鱼小虾。一直到1980年，马赛的6间餐厅联合起来，为马赛鱼汤制定官方食谱，证明后价格涨10倍。马赛鱼汤于是从一个厨余大锅煮变成名菜，名厨阿朗杜卡斯甚至还开外挂加龙虾。
And Bouillabaisse is a harbor on the Mediterranean, and it's very international. There's Greeks, there's Lebanese, there's Moroccans, there's all kinds of people from the Mediterranean who come, who first, second, third generation.
I think this is a kind of dish that's very generous. You can share with people and you enjoy the soup together on the table.
Absolutely.
Very Mediterranean. How do you think?
A little bit more. It's hot, so when it's very hot, it's nice to have salted.
Yeah. Salt is quite important, especially if you want to have more intense flavors. Salt can really bring up all the, umami from the seafood. And then you can feel the soup is getting more denser and more concentrated of all the aromas coming out with salt.
Okay, go ahead.
Go swim! Yay!
There we are.
I just can't wait.
汤头浓郁的马赛鱼汤非常适合搭配清爽系的红酒，所以我今天特别挑了酸度活泼的克里原酒庄香榧园红酒来做搭配。
So what is the red one? Please introduce us.
So this is a Gigondas, and it's also Grenache and Syrah, with a very pure minerality, tone and mineral and freshness. My reputation in the area is freshness.
Yes.
I have a beautiful minerality from the mountains here because Oligocene has a lot of calcium, a lot of chalk. So, and lots of microminerality for one thing, and for two, I'm very careful with acidities. I don't use acidifying agents in my winemaking, contrary to many, and I'm very careful with the quality of the fruit before they come into the cellar. Everybody take a piece?
Yes.
And then you take a piece of bread that's been toasted many times, which is very hard. You don't grate the garlic, you don't squeeze the garlic, you use the hard bread as the grater. And you will see the garlic will disappear. It's all gone in the bread.
So one bread for one garlic?
And if you like garlic a lot, you do both sides. You butter your bread with the mayonnaise. Oui, oui. It's a mixture of paprika, hot pepper, red pepper, spice, and garlic. And then the cheese. It's a mixture of Parmesan and Emmental. Because the Emmental is more a stringy texture and the Parmesan has a taste.
Ah, okay.
So the next step is to put the soup on.
I love the combination of fish and tomatoes. I love it. And fresh tomatoes.
Fresh tomatoes,
Yeah.
the acidity.
Yeah, this is really good with the fish.
Yeah, I was going to say this one tastes tasty fresh.
Very concentrated with all the flavors and with wines. Just perfect. And after because you add some mayonnaise, you have some cheese, you have some spices, so it really enrich all the flavors all together. How do you feel that we are blessed with the red wine? How do you think?
But it's a bit unusual to serve red wine. Isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think this is light enough and very elegant, this wine.
I'm enjoying it. I don't think this Gigondas is too heavy. I think it's great.
Do you like it?
I wonder who makes this amazing wine.
能够及时补充抗菌液的旺旺水神微酸性电解次氯酸水的生成机，让防疫变得更方便、更安心。一天你用200次都没有问题的，比酒精啦、比漂白水更加的环保。如果你要购买旺旺水神生成机，中天新闻的观众是有独家的好康。